Good morning, friends. I'm out walking as usual. It's in the fives in the morning. It's probably a little, maybe 8 minutes after 5 because I got up a little bit late this morning. But I've been listening to Grant's section about prospecting, and I realized something. I have thousands of people on my, I don't know whether, I'd actually call it my warm list because there are people who know me, but because my tax business is an industry that may have 5 to 8 year sales cycles in them, I've been calling them a lot. And as you go through a list of names up and down in terms of quantity, and you think about the ones that you're contacting daily, weekly, hourly, monthly, quarterly, or annually, you realize that now is the perfect opportunity to get people that are on the bottom of that list in terms of receiving attention to pay attention to you. And what did I do yesterday? I started calling people that I hadn't talked to in a long time because they weren't answering their phones, and asked them this question. First of all, I'm just calling every phone number that I've got, and I want to know, how are you doing? And secondarily, I want to know how your family is doing. And I want to know if there's anything I can do for you, and it doesn't have to have anything to do with airplanes and vessels or taxes. And I started doing that. And you're going to get awesome responses. People can't believe that you care enough. And I don't ever pitch them unless they ask me what I'm doing to survive the lockdown. It's also the reason why I've created that video series called the Lockdown Series, that if you want it, call me, 916-691-9192, and ask for it. I'll be glad to send it. It's a series of videos that I'm making, and I'm adding 1 or 2 a week to it about how to survive during a lockdown. It gives you plans and strategies and tips. The very first one came, I had an article from an Admiral Stockdale about how he survived years of being in prison camp. And I have a feeling for some of you that being on this lockdown feels a lot like being in prison camp. So that's an action item that you can all start taking today. The other thing you need to remember is there's 3 key components of life known as knowledge, responsibility, and control. I learned that from studying L. Ron Hubbard's, I think it came out in the Business Tech was the very first time I heard it, and that was 35, 40 years ago. But if you're having a problem in an area and you want it to resolve, or you want the chaos to end, increase your knowledge in that area. Increase your knowledge in health. Increase your knowledge in marriage activities or in relationships. Increase your knowledge business-wise for your business. Increase your knowledge about what other people are doing. And now's a good time to do it. If you don't have enough to do, fill it with increasing your knowledge and fill it with training. Secondarily, take responsibility for all of these areas that you start researching. Go along all of the dynamics of your life, whether it has to do with Dynamic 1, which is basically you as a person, your body, or you as a being, your spirituality. Dynamic 2, which is you, your wife, your kids, and your family. Dynamic 3 is organizations or groups. And if you really don't have anything to do, and you got enough money coming in that you can survive for a period of time, donate some time to some nonprofit group that increases your responsibility in other areas, maybe along higher dynamics as you kind of withdraw from the planet a little bit, and you can look in areas of taking care of animals or taking care of plant life or taking care of the planet. It's just take responsibility for it and get involved. And then lastly, take control of it. And how does that start? With your first dynamic, I get up and started walking every day. And I'm a guy that's always considered myself pretty damn lazy. I would sleep into the last minute. It's just the way that I live my life. And I got up to around 280. Now I'm in the 212, 213 pound area, and it's just because I started moving my body every day. And I got connected to a friend of mine, and he got me on this really cool diet plan, Optavia, and I recommend it to you if you want to lose weight. But so much for the commercial announcements. Knowledge, responsibility, and control. Increase all of those along all of the dynamics of your life, and things will go better. If you're sitting in a room, if you're a student at a college and you're sitting in a room and hanging out with your friends, you can do that, and you can talk about how evil the government is, or how bad capitalism is, or you can hate all the Republicans or the Democrats, whoever you want to blame this on. It's your fault. You let it happen. This is your universe. But I'm starting to go off a little bit off a subject. Stop drinking your life away. Stop trying to avoid the problem. Look into it. Get it, not into the problem. Look into advancing yourself, increasing your knowledge in any area. And that doesn't mean reading romance novels or some millennials blog about how to get more followers. Figure it out. Figure out who you dreamed and are still dreaming of becoming. Who is someone you really admire, and read about them. Or get Audible and listen to it if you're lazy like me and don't like reading. But there's always a way for you to increase your knowledge and responsibility and control. You just have to make the commitment. You have to establish the discipline to do it. And if you don't, things are not going to go well for you. This is war. The world as we knew it back in February of 2020 is gone. G-O-N-E, gone. And the faster you get to the level that you accept that, anything that you thought was going to happen, any prior commitments that someone had made to you, whether it was to give you a job or to send you money or to marry you, all of that has ended. It's a paradigm shift. P-A-R-A-D-I-G-M, I think is how it's spelled. Look up the word, find it out what that means. Things have massively, massively changed. The only thing that's going to be consistent is your ability to push back against it, and the solution to that is massive action. The foundation of that massive action is knowledge, responsibility, and control. I promise you that will help you. I promise you. And if you want to argue with me, please call me, 916-691-9192. This is Tom Alston from 10 Excellence. Please call me. Find out why people have always said, call Tom.